My name is Sarah Clover, and I'm one of the speech-language pathologists here at Levine Cancer Institute within the Department of Supportive Oncology. I'm here with one of our neuropsychologists, Dr. England, and today we're going to be talking about exactly what is neuropsychology, and she's going to tell you how we can help our patients or family loved ones if they have any questions for her. So I'm going to let her start and introduce herself.
So my name is Dr. Heather England. I'm a clinical neuropsychologist. I'm in the section of cancer rehab in the Department of Supportive Oncology at LCI. So thanks for having me today.
Of course. So we're going to start off kind of being easy and just let her explain to us what is neuropsychology.
So neuropsychology is the study of our brain and how it impacts our behavior, specifically how it impacts our cognition. So cognition is our memory, our attention, our ability to find our words, our ability to think through problems. And so as a neuropsychologist, we evaluate those cognitive abilities and see how they're influencing our everyday life, right? Like, so our ability to work or drive or remember to take our medicines or go to our appointments. And so that's what we do, is we study how our cognition is being impacted by something and what it's doing for us.
Awesome. Yeah, I get to see that every day, and that's why we refer back and forth between each other, since as a speech therapist, I work in our cognitive clinic.
Yes.
So can you tell me why you chose to work in oncology specifically, and then can you tell me why our facility here at Levine Cancer Institute is a good resource for patients?
So I chose oncology specifically because I think cancer impacts everybody. We now live in a day and age where we know someone with cancer, we've had cancer ourselves, we have a family member with cancer. It impacts everyone. And cancer can really impact our quality of life. And so I have a mission, a personal mission, to help patients improve their quality of life the best that they can. And through my set of skills, I chose neuropsychology, and that's, I love this population. LCI has incredible resources, and so not only did I choose oncology from back in grad school, but I chose to work at LCI because of the resources for our patients. I get to work in an incredibly multidisciplinary team, which basically means I get to work with lots of providers like you in speech therapy, physical therapy, occupational therapy, psychiatry or psychologist, if there's any mood concerns, physiatries, all kinds of doctors to support our patients. And not only that, but then we have music therapy and acupuncture, and I have all these resources at my disposal to be able to educate my patients, but also to support their memory and their attention, which is ultimately what I do every day. So
amazing.
I love this place.
Awesome. I totally agree. So if a patient were to come to see you to be evaluated here at Levine Cancer Institute, kind of what could they expect before they walk in the door?
Sure. So the first thing they're going to hear when they schedule the appointment is that it's 4 hours long. And most patients are like, what in the world? Why do we have a 4-hour appointment? So let me tell you why. So the reason for a 4-hour appointment is because we're really trying to assess those skills, and we want to assess them practically. So the first thing that you'll do is you'll fill out some paperwork if you haven't already. It's helpful if it's filled out before you come, but you'll fill out some paperwork that just kind of helps us understand what concerns you're having. And then you'll meet with the neuropsychologist, either myself or one of my colleagues, and we'll ask you some questions about your cancer history, about your memory, and about other aspects of your life. And then you'll work with our team. We have a psychometrist who administers tests, and those tests are not multiple choice. They're not like fill in the bubble like your SAT or something that you did in high school. It's really interactive. So that's the reason for the length of the appointment, is we really want to functionally assess your memory. How are you getting your words out? How are you thinking through problems? So you'll do some of that testing with our psychometrist. Then once you're done with that, you're on your way out the door, and you'll set up a follow-up appointment with us. And follow-up is when we go over all the results with you. We tell you where your strengths and your weaknesses are. We tell you what recommendations we have, if there's any diagnoses, right? Like if your cancer has truly impacted your cognition, what does that mean? And what are we labeling that? And so we'll talk about that and explain that very clearly. We also write all that information up, and it's in your MyChart, so you're able to review our report and get to see like the actual text of what we're saying, and we notify your team too. So that's the reason why it's long. But I think it's incredibly helpful, and also it's very interactive. So it doesn't feel like you're just sitting there for 4 hours staring at the wall. It's very interactive the entire time.
True. I've had many patients come and go from those evaluations, and not one patient doesn't walk away without feeling like they learned something about themselves. And Dr. England's really great about going back over it in a way that's easy for everyone to understand. So it's super beneficial for me too when I'm making a plan of care for my patients.
I love that.
So another question that a patient might have is what problems or concerns might the patient or even a family member or friend notice that would make them a good candidate to come into you for an eval? And then who do they reach out to come and see you?
Sure, those are great questions. So I think the first one is when someone with any sort of cancer condition, whether that be brain, breast, any type of cancer, or blood disorder, if they start noticing problems with their memory or their ability to pay attention. So some examples of this is, I'm missing my appointments and I've never really done that before, or I'm missing my medications, or I've forgotten to pay a bill and that's unusual, and it kind of starts happening in a trend. Or I'll have a conversation with a family member and we'll come back to it a little bit later and I don't remember. Another big reason that people come and see us, especially women, is that they're having difficulty finding their words. And they're like, it's on the tip of my tongue and I just can't come up with it. And it seems to coincide with some changes in their health related to their disease process or maybe after chemotherapy. So there's a variety of reasons that people would come and see us, but really they all center around having struggles with their functioning with respect to their memory, their language, their attention, and so forth. And who to contact. I think the best place to start is your oncologist, right? Especially since you're having a lot of follow-up with your oncologist. Let them know, there's this word that you've probably heard before, which is chemo brain. And so if you're feeling like, man, this chemo or this cancer is really impacting my brain, talk to your oncologist about that. The other people that you can contact is anyone else on your care team, right? So maybe you're working with palliative care or physical therapy or speech therapy. You can talk to these providers and just say, something isn't right and I really want to get this checked out. And that's a great way to get in to see us.
Awesome. Okay, well, like I keep saying, I get to hang out with Dr. England all the time.
Yes.
And we talk back and forth about patients who might have those concerns with memory, problem solving, attention. But luckily for us, she works with a lot of different providers here at Levine Cancer Institute. So can you kind of tell me about other providers or just different groups that you reach out to and send referrals to after evaluations?
Absolutely. So really my goal after an evaluation is to connect my patients to as many resources as possible to support their memory. So you're a great resource for that. I send a lot of referrals your way for our COG clinic, and then we kind of communicate back and forth on that. But I also send patients to physical therapy or occupational therapy if I have observed or they've told me some concerns about the functioning of their upper body strength or lower body strength, and I can send them to those services. Mood, we have a great clinic here at LCI, our psych oncology department, who has social workers, psychologists, psychiatrists, and I very frequently refer to them because we know that mood can impact our memory. And so I'll educate people before I send those referrals. Our physiatry team, so it's our doctors who support our rehab services. I send folks to neurology within the Atrium Health Network. So there's lots of ways that I connect people. Music therapy, I've sent a few patients there. But my goal is to connect people with other resources that they may not already have access to or haven't connected with to really support their overall functioning and ultimately their quality of life.
Awesome. Well, amazing. Thank you so much for all of your information that you gave us today. We really appreciate you and all that you do for our patients. Thank you for listening, and please leave a comment or a question that you have for us and we will try to get back to you. Also feel free to leave any YouTube links that you want or questions that we can help you with for future videos. So thank you guys so much for your time.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. For more information, visit us online, send us an email, or give us a call. Don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when new videos are released. And most of all, be well.